going to share with you my learnings and realizations in immunology and serology lecture class. So first, let's define the terminologies. Immunology is the study of infectious diseases and the body's response to them has a major role for the development of immunology. In short, it is the study of the body's immune system and its function and disorders, derived from a Latin word which is called immunis. Serology is the study of blood serum. It is a clear fluid that separates when blood clots, especially in regard to its immunological reactions and properties. So, the testing of blood serum to detect the presence of antibodies against a specific antigen. Immunology and serology focus on the following. First, identifying antibodies. Second, investigating problems with the immune system. And third, determining organ, tissue, and fluid compatibility for transplantation. For this entire semester, it covers 15 chapters, which includes Introduction to Immunology, Immunity, the Immune System, Immune Response, Test for Humoral Response, Cell-Mediated Immune Response, collecting, processing, and preservation of specimen for serological examination. Next, immunity and aging, immunity against bacteria, fungi, and viruses, transplantation immunology, tumor immunology, maternal-fetal relationship, tolerance, autoimmunity and autoimmune disorders, and lastly, hypersensitivity reactions. That would be the 15 chapters discussed in this entire semester. With these 15 topics, each topic covers deeper meaning for us to better understand for what immunoserology is all about. Immune system is a system of many biological structures and processes within an organism that protects against diseases. Starts with immunity. It is the way in which the body can protect itself from the invasion of pathogenic microorganisms and provide a defense against their harmful effects. It has two types, the specific or adaptive immunity and the non-specific, which is called natural or innate immunity. Wherein under specific immunity are the active and passive immunity. And under active immunity are natural or infections and artificial or vaccinations. Whereas under passive immunity are natural or maternal and artificial or production of preformed antibodies. So let's define each briefly. The non-specific immunity, also called the natural or innate immunity, is the first line of defense against any infectious agents. Specific immunity, also called an acquired or adaptive immunity, defense system that protects the body against pathogenic organisms and other types of diseases. Active immunity. These are antibodies produced from the individual's immune system in response to a foreign antigen. Naturally acquired active immunity. This is a kind of immunity that comes from infections encountered in daily life. Next is the artificially acquired active immunity. It is stimulated by the initial exposure to a specific foreign macromolecules through the use of vaccine. It is to artificially establish a state of immunity. Passive immunity are antibodies produced elsewhere and are given to an individual. The naturally acquired passive immunity are antibodies transferred from mother to fetus across the placenta and to the newborn in colostrums and breast milk during the first few months of life. Next is the artificially acquired passive immunity. It is the introduction of antibodies that are formed by an animal or a human to an individual to prevent or treat infection. Talking about this, here comes the thought of immunization, wherein it is a process whereby a person is made immune or resistant to an infectious disease, typically with the administration of a vaccine. Vaccine stimulates the body's own immune system to protect the person against subsequent infection or disease. Let's move on to antigens and immunogens. Antigens are substances which have the ability to bind with products of specific immune response, which we call antigen-antibody reaction. Immunogens are substances that stimulate a specific immune response. Either it is humoral or cellular immune response. Next is the test for cellular immune response. It is the reaction of antibodies with its antigen that can be detected either directly or indirectly in a number of ways. The reaction of a specifically sensitized lymphocyte with its antigen would be only ascertained by in vivo reactions of the delayed type. In vivo test, delayed hypersensitivity is a manifestation of CMI, which may be defined as an increased reactivity to a specific antigen. While in vitro tests, these are designed to measure either the proliferation of T lymphocyte in response to an antigen or their production of lymphokines. Let's proceed to the tumor immunology and its terms. Oncology is the study and treatment of tumors or neoplasm. Neoplasm is the proliferation of cells that produce a mass. It is either benign or malignant that arise from the mutation of stem cells. Malignant cells evade and overcome host defects. There are some features for tumor immunology, and these are the following. First, tumors express antigens that are recognized as foreign by the immune system. Second, the normal immune response frequently fails to prevent growth of tumors. And last, the immune system can be stimulated to kill tumor cells and rid the host of the tumor. First, without an efficient defense system, an individual might die. The immune system provides specific defense, and to do so it must monitor self and non-self. Second, the embryo and fetus are non-self, but if the immune system destroyed the fetus, the species would die. Third, the complexities of immunoregulation add other prerequisites, not only the fetus but also the male gametes and the fertilized ovum must also avoid immunologic attack. This part, let's talk about immunity tolerance. It is an acquisition of non-reactivity towards a particular antigen. Natural or self, failure to attack the body's own proteins and other antigens. Induced, tolerance to external antigens that has been created by deliberately manipulating the immune system, protect from allergic reactions, and enable transplanted organs to survive. Talking about all of this, I realized that we should do our very best to protect ourselves and our loved ones, to be free from any contaminants to avoid the risk of catching certain diseases. We should do things that help boost our immune system so that if ever something happened, it may help us to fight the foreign substances that came along the way. A healthy person always yells a healthy immunity. We only have one life. We should embrace what we have and know that our priority is our health. That would be all. Thank you for listening and God bless us all.